Hello and welcome to another episode of Satoshi's 365 Days of Bitcoin History. Today's date is Tuesday the 14th of November 2023, the year of BSV. Buy BSV.live, the best place to buy Bitcoin SV online, the original protocol and genuine Bitcoin. Let's get into it. So we're literally scraping the bottom of the barrel again today. Literally, I could find nothing related to Bitcoin besides this one email. Literally, just this one email. So this is what we're going to go over today. So this was written on the 14th of November 2008, again before the start of the network, but post the release of the white paper. So this is history in the making as we go through it. So this looks like it was an email from Hal Finney to Craig Wright, as in Satoshi Nakamoto. So let's see what he says. Hal Finney wrote, I think it is necessary that nodes keep a separate pending transaction list associated with each candidate chain. One might also ask, how many candidate chains must a given node keep track of at one time on average? Fortunately, it's only necessary to keep a pending transaction pool for the current best branch. When a new block arrives for the best branch, connect block removes the block's transaction from the pending transaction pool. If a different branch becomes longer, it calls disconnect block on the main branch down to the fork, returning the block transactions to the pending transaction pool, and calls connect block to the new branch, sopping back up the transactions that were in both branches. It's expected that reorgs like this would be rare and shallow. So this is the first reference where I've heard of reorgs. Branches. Yeah, so branches, they were calling them forks. Well, call them forks these days. So that's kind of interesting. With this optimization, candidate branches, forks, are not really any burden. They just sit on the disk and don't require attention unless they ever become the main chain. I think that was Craig's response there that I'm talking about. So Craig is referring to them as branches. So then it looks like Hal wrote, or as James raised earlier, if the network broadcast is reliable but depends on a potentially slow flooding algorithm, how does that impact performance? And it looks like Craig has replied here. Broadcasts will probably be almost completely reliable. TCP transmissions are rarely ever dropped these days, and the broadcast protocol has a retry mechanism to get the data from other nodes after a while. If broadcasts turn out to be slower in practice than expected, the target time between blocks may have to be increased to avoid wasting resources. We want blocks to usually propagate in much less time than it takes to generate them. Otherwise, nodes would spend too much time working on obsolete blocks. I'm planning to run an automated test with computers randomly sending payments to each other and randomly dropping packets. And then it looks like Hal wrote here, the Bitcoin system turns out to be socially useful and valuable so that node operators feel that they are making a beneficial contribution to the world by their efforts, similar to the various at-home computer projects where people volunteer their computer resources for good causes. In this case, it seems to me that simple altruism can suffice to keep the network running properly. Well, no, you need economic incentive actually. And it looks like Craig has concluded here by saying, it's very attractive to the libertarian viewpoints if we can explain it properly. I'm better with code than with words though. But I have to say, Craig, you're getting much better with words. Much better with words. So there we go. That is what happened in Bitcoin history on the 14th of November 2008. We'll leave it there. Hope you enjoyed it. As ever, be aware, take care, stay safe out there, and we'll see you in the next one.